Why don't we? He is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. He's one of my personal favourites, and here he is in action doing what he does.
Thanks, Jack. Fired up there, Smocker. Let's do it. Yes, sir. Greg. Honey, God! Oh, please. Oh, my God. What the hell's the matter with you? It's only a game, fucker.
That's a funny film, Meet the Parents, just one of many he's been in. Mr. Ben Stiller, ladies and gentlemen. What a handsome young man. I love it having the show. How good to have you here, Ben?
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Ben, you strode out purposefully then. You came out with
Did I?
power and energy.
Yeah, well, I was excited to come out because we were in the holding pen for a while.
Well, it's like
See,
immigration in this country.
Well, it's like, it's a nice group of people back there. I like Paul.
Paul's a lovely guy. What did
Yeah.
you make of the band? Why are they not wearing socks? Did they give you any reason for that?
Because they're musicians, they don't have to wear shoes.
Is this the...
They're like hip, you know, guys. They can
Is
be...
that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cold outside.
I know, but they're inside. Give them a break. Come on.
Ben, isn't it great to have Ben Stiller on the show, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a huge fan of yours, Ben. My kids adore your work as well. That's always a plus.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about the new film. Tropic Thunder
Yes.
is the new movie. I saw it over the summer. I was away in America on holiday, or vacation, and... didn't want you to feel left out there. And loved it. Very, very funny.
Thank you.
It's caused a bit of a fuss in some areas. First of all, can you explain the movie to us? Explain what it's about.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of sort of pampered Hollywood stars who go off to Vietnam to make a Vietnam War movie, and the movie's sort of falling apart because the director's losing control, and the budget's out of control, and everything's sort of going down. And so he takes the actors out into the jungle to get more reality and to sort of scare them into doing the movie. And something happens, and basically the actors get stranded out in the jungle with their fake guns, and they run into real bad guys.
And so it becomes a real situation, which it takes them for a while to realise.
Yes, exactly. Some of the actors think they're still in the movie. That, you know, there's a little confusion.
It's a very funny film, and you co-wrote it, you directed it, you star in it. Now, when did you come up with the idea? What inspired
You know,
the idea?
I actually came up with the first idea about 20 years ago. I had a really small part in Empire of the Sun, the Steven Spielberg movie. And at that time, they were making a lot of Vietnam movies like Platoon and Hamburger Hill.
Full Metal Jacket, yeah.
Yes, and all my friends were going in on them. I auditioned for Platoon and just.
So you went for an audition with Oliver Stone?
Well,
for
I didn't
Platoon?
even get to audition. I just sort of I had a meeting. I had a meeting and a sort of a go-see. You know?
So that with Oliver or with someone else?
Yes, no, with Oliver Stone.
So he calls you
It was
in
quick.
for-
It was very quick. He looked at my headshot. He said, "Oh, you're cute," and he just tossed it out. Yeah.
He didn't think you had army stuff in you?
I guess, yeah. You know, and I'm from the Upper West Side of New York, and you know, I went to private school, so I don't know what he was thinking.
So your career could have taken a drastically different direction. If he'd have said, you know what, you're exactly the kind of grunt I'm looking for.
That's right. And I could have had the experience out in the
You
bush
could have been
and-
Stallone Jr.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And so you were surrounded by people making these kind of movies.
Yeah, and and everybody's going off to these fake boot camps. All of my actor friends were going off to fake boot camp where they'd have 2 weeks in wherever they were shooting with this guy Dale Dye, who's the famous military advisor who would scare the hell out of the actors and set bombs off around them and make them camp out. And they'd come back and talk about this incredible experience they'd had and how it had changed their life. And it just seemed like there was something funny in the idea of actors taking themselves really seriously, going off to make a fake war movie because it had nothing to do with the real experience.
But I'm amazed that you get away with this kind of thing, because here you are, essentially, in a way, you're biting the hand that feeds, in a way. You're mocking your fellow actors, in a way, or the pretensions that some of them do genuinely hold and exhibit.
Yeah, I think I should have thought of that, probably, before I made the movie. But, honestly, I feel like actors really do have a good sense of humor about themselves, and it's you know, you're making fun of Hollywood and all the excesses. It's sort of like a bloodless crime. I don't think.
Well, that's
really...
proven by not only the excellent casting, but some of the cameos, which we'll get into in a minute. One in particular. But let me ask you about the cast around you. What a great bunch of people to have to be stuck in the jungle with. You've got Steve Coogan playing the director.
Yes.
You have Jack Black. Jack Black is just, I always love seeing him in movies. And, of course, Robert Downey Jr. in a most unusual role. Now, tell us about the part that Robert Downey Jr. plays and how this led to some kind of controversy.
Well, Robert plays probably one of the most respected actors of his generation, an incredible method actor who's known for disappearing into his roles. And in the movie, he plays this character, Sergeant Lincoln Osiris, who is a black army sergeant. So he plays an Australian actor playing an American black guy.
And he's had a radical skin treatment to make himself black for the experience.
That is correct, yes. He's totally immersed himself in the role, and he stays in character all the time.
Yeah, so he has many arguments with you where he's acting as if he is genuinely an African-American.
Yes, exactly.
In fact, he's an Australian.
That's right, exactly. And he won't drop character. And then even when he doesn't even think they're filming the movie anymore, when they're out in the jungle, he still won't drop character.
Okay.
Which makes no sense.
I love Robert Downey Jr. and I love him in this film. Have a look at this, and then I want to ask you about the other controversy around the film after this. This is Robert Downey Jr. with Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder.
Where the hell are we?
Dan Crook River.
Yes, so? How do you know that? Are you sure?
Only one way to find out, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so good right now. Seriously, my skin hurts.
Nuts from the peanut gallery. Into the water, ladies.
No, man. Let me take a look at that map right quick.
Why is everybody all obsessed with the map?
Because we're tired of being the trail donkeys, acting like you some one-man GPS. Damn it! We lost. We people lost, man. Tell them, McCluskey. Tell them what time it is.
I don't believe you people.
Huh. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
That's a brilliant idea.